Hey Pisces, good morning. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Today we're going to be doing a general timeless reading for the Pisces collective. Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But before we start, I want to say happy birthday to everyone celebrating your birthday today. All of you who have celebrated recently, all of you who are about to, happy birthday to you all. It's such a wonderful time to celebrate our Pisces nature. So in the community section of this channel, you're going to find a song that I feel sort of resonates with the energy of each day of Pisces season. It's a song that I personally like a lot each day, so you can, check them out. Maybe you discover some new music that, new to you, that you may like. Also, I am posting kind of like the famous birthday, so we can all see examples of Pisces who are killing it in all industries, from tech, from important sports milestones, to discoveries, to music, art, all sorts of industries in which a lot of different Pisces have been excelling. So yeah, it's just good to know that we have it in us. Of course we do, but it's just easier to see it, sometimes in that way. Anyway, Pisces, let's see. As I go ahead and shuffle the cards, please click on that subscribe button, like button, and bell notification thingy. It means the world to me. It helps a ton. It's free, and it just takes a second. Alright, universe, angels, beings of love and light, please bring in the most relevant and important messages for Pisces. What is it that Pisces needs to hear? Please bring in the most detailed, accurate predictions, the best advice, and the most powerful confirmations for Pisces. So I see here that there could be a level of happiness that is aimed for with a group of women. This could be family, this could be friends, it could be different context. Let's say feminine energies instead of women. But they all seem to be first almost like negotiating, talking about what they want, how they see things, what they think the next step should be in a particular situation. And it seems like at first it's not that clear. It seems like at first it's, not everybody's on the same page. I do not sense any kind of conflict or aggressiveness. I do sense kind of like consideration, brainstorming of different possibilities. And it seems here that a very, very win-win situation, like a very happy, successful agreement is coming to be. So, if you have been trying to collaborate with someone, or, you've been trying to get on the same page with your coworkers or something like that, it seems like there is going to be a lot of harmony. But everybody needs to very maturely communicate their point of view. If you allow yourself to do that, if others allow themselves to do that, it seems like you're going to reach a point in which there's a lot of emotional fulfillment. Everybody's getting from what's happening, what they need, what they want. But it comes through negotiation, it comes through communication. Make sure that you're listening to everybody's needs. Make sure that your needs are being heard as well. Pay attention when people are talking, when they're telling you how they feel. Pay attention, Pisces. Some of you could be dealing with a Aries at this time. Some of you could be kind of stepping into a more, I would say mature, I would say neutral, almost like diplomatic stance, because you're becoming a leader to a higher degree. And it seems like many of you are realizing if I'm going to be a leader, I need to be able to listen, I need to be able to put things into action, I need to be able to accept when I'm wrong, I need to be able to, stand my ground when I know I'm right, whatever. It seems here that there's a lot of attention to that right now. Some of you could refine your communication skills a little bit, Pisces. Maybe you think that you're perfectly clear, but maybe you're not. Maybe, what you think is very clear for others is a little kind of abstract, maybe. Some of you could be having some kind of issue or conflict with stating your boundaries, communicating clearly. Some of you may be having some kind of conflict or issue with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person, possibly. Take it if it resonates. I'm hearing you can put your sword down, Pisces. You can put your sword down. I think that many of you have been very defensive. And in order for this very positive communication to happen here, it's like you almost need to assume that everyone is good. Otherwise, you're going to be pushing people away unnecessarily. Take it if it resonates. Some of you could be having a challenge with a brand new beginning that has to do with your passions. Maybe there's a lot of things that you want to do, a lot of things that make you feel very excited, passionate, in love almost, but maybe you're not having the time to be able to pursue them. Some of you are trying to get pregnant. Some of you are trying to expand the family in some way, and it may be bringing in some challenges, maybe because it hasn't happened, or maybe because it is happening, and it can bring in certain difficulties. But there is this brand new beginning, very creative, that is wanting to come in here. Some of you here could also be almost like waiting for an apology. I sense that some of you are a little bit defensive, but because you think that someone has wronged you, and you're more than willing to move into a space of love and kindness and openness as long as they admit or understand what they have done wrong. They may be expecting the same from you. So, Pisces, it gets a little tricky here, right? Some of you could be having some kind of conflict with a water sign as well, or with your emotions. There could be some kind of destabilized emotions that are trying to settle down. In the recent past, I see that some of you have had to almost outforce, I don't know if that's a thing, be stronger than the other person. Make sure that you're stronger than the other person. Some of you may have been put in a position in which it's your word against someone else's. It's your strength against someone else's, your objectivity, your ideas, your commitment, your determination. There may have been conflict in the past here, Pisces, in which, no one wanted to back down of something. It's you think that this is best, I think that this is best, so what are we going to do? Agree to disagree? It's no, we're going to agree somehow. It's okay, we don't though. I feel that's, the perspective that someone may have had here, wanting to bring you into their perspective at all cost. But I feel you refuse. I feel you're no, this is what I think, and this is what I believe, and if you don't like it, well, tough luck. This could be about something that has to do with love, with relationships, with siblings, teamwork, money, finances, career. I mean, have I not mentioned absolutely everything right now? No, but seriously though, it's you taking care of your boundaries. There could be, so what I see here with this Lover's card, which is usually a card of choice. I see two women here, and I see snakes around. Since this is the Lover's card, this could be a reference to a LGBTQIA+ relationship. Because usually in this deck, in the traditional tarot, it's a man and a woman, and we see here two women in the Lover's card, and we see these snakes around though. So there could be some kind of like, someone here, could be you, could be someone around you, could have been experiencing a lot of healing by connecting to someone romantically that is maybe not their usual type. There could have been a lot of healing there, but there could have also been a lot of like gossip. So some of you may have been not maybe accepted, maybe judged, maybe... Yeah, I think judged would be a good word about your preferences. But it seems like you're holding your ground, Pisces. Some of you are holding your ground very strongly. And that's why maybe you've been feeling a little defensive, because in the past you've had to be a little defensive. But what I see here is that there is a lot of healing, there is a lot of harmony, and there is almost like this newfound ability to work with others, to work as a team, to be open to other people's kindness and purity. I feel like many of you had very toxic environments growing up, or, you know, you just found yourself in very toxic dynamics often in the past. But I feel like now it's opening up to relationships that are a whole lot nicer. Comment if this resonates with you. I have been feeling this in a lot of readings, but I don't know to what extent it's like a full-blown collective thing, or it's just like few of you. But I feel like there's going to be like more openness, people who are just genuinely honest and pure and easy for you to build relationships on the long term with. And that is maybe opening you up a little bit to the possibilities. The possibilities of better things coming. To be able to put down those defenses. There is an information here, an answer that you want. It may be an answer that a lot of people are like looking for. So there could be like a lottery number, or an answer to something, a discovery, an invention, an idea, a communication, a contract that a lot of people are like reaching for, you included. There could also be a lot of people wanting to communicate with you, or you wanting to communicate with a lot of people in order to make sure you are on the same page about what is coming and what isn't. Like what is confirmed for you and what isn't. I feel like this could be the desire to have a conversation to see if a promotion is confirmed, or a contract is already signed, or a loan is approved, or, you know, something that you've been waiting for. It's like some of you here want a clarity on something related to abundance, prosperity. The time is right, ready to fly, is what I heard. The time is right, ready to fly. So this could be a reference to travel as well, Pisces, for some of you. Or this could be more about like taking off, you know, in a successful direction in your life. So let's see what's showing up in the near future. So we got here the Devil card. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn in the near future. You could be dealing with the purging of toxicity, the existence of toxicity within you. Not necessarily physical, although it could be, but more around the lines of like wounds, unhealed resentment, unhealed emotions that I feel like are going to be explored in order to be purged in the near future. Also could be like a purging of beliefs around money, abundance, prosperity, and what and who deserves what. You may feel like you've been wronged by a Capricorn. You may feel like there is something unbalanced, something unfair about a Capricorn or their treatment towards you. Now, I see that you're making the right choice, Pisces. I see that you're thinking about a decision, and the choice that you're most likely going to make is the right choice. That's a confirmation here. A Capricorn may not support that though, okay? Doesn't mean that you're wrong. All of the obstacles in front of you are being removed. You're stepping into your most abundant, prosperous, grounded, stable self, where there is beauty and there is peace, where there is both silence and, laughter. When you want to be silent, when you want to be calm, you're going to have the space to do that. When you want to have a lot of fun, you're going to have that available for you as well. I see here that there has been a big transformation around the understanding of resources, what that means to you. For some of you, it's a lot of learning around money management. For others of you, it's a lot of learning around time management. For others of you, about energy management. And it seems here that you are really making progress. You're going in a good direction, Pisces. I'm happy to see this for you. Some of you could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, in the near future. Someone who has struggled financially in the past, now they seem to be in a good place. But instead of making their table longer, they're just making their wall higher, if that makes sense. The more money they have, instead of sharing it and being open with it, that's what I mean by building a longer table, having people over, feed more people. They're instead building higher walls to keep everybody apart. You continue to do you, Pisces, okay? What the universe wants you to know I just heard, how is it so easy, Pisces, for you to forget your power? How is it so easy for you to forget your power? So that may resonate for some of you. You are the high priestess. You have a connection to the divine, whether you want it or not. You have a connection to other realms. It is what it is, Pisces. It's your emotions inform you. Your intuition informs you. You understand deeper layers than others don't even see. You don't only see them, but you understand them. You don't only understand them, but you share them. You teach them. You preach them. You walk them. And these are realities and layers that some people never get a glimpse of because they're not ready. And that's fine. That doesn't make you more or less than anybody, but it does make you very powerful, Pisces. And there is almost something healing to understanding that there is power in that. Some of you are very afraid of considering yourself better than others. You're very afraid of being egotistical. You're very afraid of stepping into an arrogant energy. Rightfully so, I totally get it. But that doesn't mean that you need to cancel out the good qualities that you have. You don't need to be less powerful. You don't need to be less shiny to fit in or to accept yourself. You can be as shiny and as powerful as you came here to be and still not be arrogant, Pisces. So it's not one or the other. That message is important for someone out there. Now, I see here that if you feel like your results have not been as quick or as generous as you would like them to, if you feel like the results of your efforts are not really matching the intensity of your effort, they're saying here that your intuition is going to first illustrate to you why you feel that way And once you get it, then it will instruct you on how to change that. So maybe if you have a practice of meditation, journaling, free writing, connecting to your spirit guides, shamanic journey, whatever it may be, Akashic record stuff. If you have a practice like that, it would be a good time to share space with your spirit guides and ask, why am I being put in this place? Or why am I not manifesting the results I want? What am I supposed to learn here? What am I supposed to understand here? It could have something to do with your power. Acknowledging your power, recognizing your power. You are very blessed. And those blessings, those talents, those superpowers that you have here, that you have incarnated with, they're not like for decorational purposes only. They're here to serve you, and they're here to serve humanity. So there's no point in like shushing them down. You are very blessed because you're supposed to be very blessed. You're supposed to use those blessings in ways that serve your purpose. You're being represented here as the King of Pentacles. You have very clear visions of the future, although not all details sorted out. You don't have all the answers, but you have a pretty good, accurate view of the direction you want to go in. It seems here that even though you could be tired, some of you are feeling a little bit like jet lagged, is what I heard. Some of you are feeling jet lagged, some of you are feeling fatigued, bored even. But you're not taking your eyes off the prize. You're still focused. You're still, doing what you need to do, trying to anyway, for the most part. And you're being informed by spirit accurately. Continue to have your eyes very well focused on your vision. 22, as I say that, we got here 22, and we have 11. So let's see what environmental energies are influencing you at this time. Alright, so there could be certain energies here of spiritual nature that are not the nicest. That could be directed towards you or your life, consciously or unconsciously. I see here kind of like black magic, not gonna lie, but, black magic is not necessarily someone, doing like this crazy ass ritual to harm you. Sometimes the words we speak, the thoughts we have, the envies we feel are that black magic that we unconsciously or without realizing send someone else's way. There could be someone around you in the environment who's very jealous of what you have going on romantically. Someone who may be very jealous of the partnerships that you have in your life, about the love and support that has been given to you. This person may just be sending very negative vibes your way. I don't feel like it's in order to harm you, but they are harming you somehow. They are highlighting your insecurities. Like this energy is bringing your insecurities to the surface. Something to do with chickens. Don't accept food from anyone at this time if you can help it, Pisces. Just be careful with that. Neighbors, people who may just, make something nice and bring it your way, whatever. I wouldn't. Not at this time. There is celebration here around you. There is potential for stability, marriage, success. You may be sharing maybe like a holiday or a trip or an event with your current partner if you have one and other people around. And just be careful, because there could be some snakes in the grass that are not as happy as they claim to be for your happiness in love. Or happiness around something that you're celebrating. Let's say that you get a promotion and it's a celebration and everyone's going to celebrate the thing, your promotion. There's someone in there who's actually very jealous. They don't show it, and maybe you don't even perceive it. But this could be someone who's actually really just sending bad vibes instead of actually celebrating with you. So just, keep that in mind. Maybe keep your victories and your wins very close to your heart at this time. But for some of you, this is about love and romance. It's like maybe you have a relationship, you've had a relationship for a while, and it's very healthy and very beautiful, very nice. And maybe you post stuff on social media, and it's like it has gathered the jealousy of someone. Even like a group of people, maybe. You're entering a whole new phase. It's inevitable, Pisces. Like, you have shed so much. You have shed people, places, relationships, habits, tendencies, fears, insecurities, clients, jobs, you name it. And all of those things that have left are space that the universe wants to infuse with the new. And that is happening. You're moving into calmer waters here. I see you being more successful. I see you being more happy, more light, more bright. But it hurts to leave certain people behind. It seems here that you, at some point, take it if it resonates, at some point I feel like you may have been immersed in a world in which everybody seemed to stab each other in the back. And it was like almost normal. You may have grown with that. And as you evolved and you realized that that is actually not the way things have to be, you walked away from that. And it's not easy to walk away from those things sometimes. It may be very painful. You may have had to leave relationships with people you really cared about. But you chose you, Pisces. I see here that some of you chose yourselves and you really move forward into a space of potential and possibility. I'm getting that reference to the song by Baby Queen, We Can Be Anything again. I shared that with you in a previous reading. We can be anything. A life devoid of meaning is a life of total freedom. It's like it's all inconsequential, so there's infinite potential, something like that. Clean it up. Yeah, some of you have been doing that very diligently. For some of you, it has been more of, something that kind of happened. Maybe the last, 4 years or something. You didn't necessarily want relationships to end. You didn't necessarily want things to change. But for many of you, it was something that was almost like decided for you on your behalf. Like the universe basically saying, this is just not good for you. I know that you're not aware of how bad this is for you, but me, the universe, kind of knows. So I'm going to move that away from you. That kind of energy is what I'm getting. Number 21 could be relevant for you. We also have co-create. Clean it up and co-create, Pisces. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling. I feel like some of you may be moving into a place that may not be new or perfect or shiny, but you're cleaning it up and making it your own, and it's very exciting. And I feel like you're gonna be able to co-create a beautiful life within a space that is being reutilized somehow. Truth be told, I feel like some of you are going to be having relationships in which you get to be more honest. You know, you're going to be able to be more truthful. You're not going to have to walk on eggshells. You're not going to have to tippy-toe around the truth. It's like you're attracting people into your life, Pisces, that get it, that get you, that you click with. It's just simple like that. Hard to explain because of how simple it is when things just work. And with this truth be told here, in the past I feel like you've had to wear many masks. That is coming to an end. I feel like you've been very misunderstood. I think that's coming to an end too, Pisces. Your wisdom and the wisdom of your heart is right there for everyone to appreciate. You may be moving away from a Capricorn, Pisces. Message in a bottle, card number 15, after the card number 14, so that is progression, movement forward. Message in a bottle. Some of you may be receiving a call, a text, a message. It may be something that someone has been trying to get to you for a really long time and it has just been floating around and aimlessly. For example, messages that never got to you, calls that you never answered, emails that were going to a wrong, email address, letters, things like that were going into like the wrong PO box. I don't know. There have been messages that are just kind of like, they haven't reached you. And I feel like they are going to. And it's going to be very healing. This may be, for example, let's say that someone, let's say that your parents got divorced or something, and you never ever heard from your mom again or something, and that always hurt, and you always wondered, and then all of a sudden you realize that she has been sending Christmas cards and birthday cards every single year, but to an address that wasn't your own, and somehow those reach you now. It's like, oh wow, that changes everything. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting for some of you. Something like that may be happening to some of you. And it's very healing. It's very soothing. Some of you are truly being not only cleansed, but like nourished. And it's almost like a balm that is being placed over you somehow. Very beautiful too. Very healing. Very soft. Very nice. Continue to observe, continue to move forward, continue to, take the steps that make sense. The number 42 may be relevant for you, Pisces. There's a lot of number 42 coming everywhere. It's quite impressive, to be honest. It's harassing me a little. And I'm all up for it. I'm very grateful when angel numbers really come in and try to communicate with us. So I'm open for that, but maybe some of you are seeing the same number as me everywhere, 42. The quality of the people around you, Pisces, is definitely improving. Big time. Big time. Some of you, are not aware of how shitty the people that you have been around are, because they were just surrounded by other people who were shitty. And when I mean shitty, I just mean disloyal or manipulative or, And I see now that you're going to be almost shocked at how good relationships can feel. You're going to be shocked on how much you can actually trust another human being. Correctly, accurately, without experiencing heartache, without experiencing difficulty and betrayal and all the things that were always part of the mix somehow for you, Pisces. some of you are needing to go to the doctor to check something that has to do with your blood. So if you feel like you're having maybe high blood pressure, low sugar, something about the red blood cells, white blood cells, whatever. If you have any kind of suspicion and you have been kind of like researching about it, suspecting that you may have something like that, it's a good time for you to like go to a professional and get all the answers that you need. Because otherwise I feel like you're sort of prolonging a sense of anxiety or worry by not knowing exactly what is going on. You may be pleasantly surprised to know what is going on. It may be, you know, something very easy to correct on a physical level. Pisces, I see that you're going to be feeling very proud of yourself in the near future. You're going to feel like a badass. You're going to feel like your full self is kind of like coherent, like unified within you. You're not going to feel scattered. You're going to feel the opposite of that. You're going to be reaching for very ambitious opportunities. Some of them you might get, some of them you may not, and that's fine. But I feel like you're going to have the energy and the desire to make your life better, to be more ambitious, and to enjoy the process. So allow yourself to walk away from what you're walking away. Don't try to hold on to things too tightly, Pisces. Just let it flow. Let it be. Because you're going in the right direction. 2222 could be relevant, Pisces, as well. I'm sending all my love, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, Pisces. The product of the week is actually the 6 Figures from Purpose course. I had still some emails that I've scheduled for this week, so this week is also about that course. In particular, I feel like it's the most important one, to be honest. Like, the world needs us all, and healthy and happy, and, you know, being able to serve and improve and provide, you know, for others because of how full our cup is. So if that is something that, you know, resonates with you or calls you somehow, the information will be in the description box below. I love you, Pisces, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.